Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How's it going?
It's good, but I prefer that you were in the garage and I could go in the living room.
Oh yeah, I have to go to a different room.
Yeah, I just I'm more important than you.
Oh well, um, that's what happens when you do this in the same room. We can do it and you can hear double echoes. That's fine with me. Oh my God, we already got a call request. Hello, everybody, and welcome to. I'm going in the garage right now. I'm sorry. Welcome to William Stereo from his garage. Caretaker and I can't be in the same room, even though we're talking together. So we have to now be 20 feet apart with a door in the middle because nobody else wants to talk to
And
me.
and the cat's in my side, so that's good.
Oh, why didn't I get the cat? I want the cat to be in here in the garage here with
He
me.
he loves me more.
Yeah. All right, we got an audio message. I'm very excited based on what happened last time. Let's let the first audio message rip. Good evening, everybody. My name is William Osman, and I'm here today with Caretaker, and we're going to talk. And that's my whole plan. That's the whole plan I came up with. All right, first message. Oh, so we gotta go. This is gonna be a disaster.
Hello, William. I'm a big fan. I have a few questions. Number one, will Egg Drop ever come back? And number two, do you hold up. Oh, is your P.O. box still open? And if not, are you planning on making a new one?
Thank you, Fake William, for the fantastic question. And the sad truth is that I have filmed 3 egg drops, but people got so mad at me for posting so many egg drops in a row that I was too afraid to post them. And it's been so long now that I'm even more afraid to post them because they were filmed. Like one of them was filmed, I think, 2 years ago at this point. Um, yeah, I do have a PO box, and I it does get checked. Um, I avoid telling people about it because what happens, this thing happens where the more people see you opening mail, the more mail they send you, and it kind of spirals out of control. So I stopped.
Kind of
I
like
think
your
Casey
life.
might. Yeah, I know. I don't really understand how it works, but oh my God, there's so many messages. All right, I'm gonna go to the next message. You guys are insane.
So what is like the maximum amount of acceptable cats in one household?
Oh, that is honestly a very, very good idea for an experiment. And I think it wouldn't even be that hard to do because you could probably pretty quickly get a sense of how many cats is too many cats. Like, I mean,
Also, tell how
actually,
many
yeah, I want to hear
cats your
your
mom
answer.
had.
Well, it's not that many. No, I want to know your answer. Well, how many cats is too many cats, Chelsea?
Okay, so your mom at one point had three, and I think that was a very good number.
Yeah,
More than that is too ambitious.
I think that's a very good assessment. I think when you're at 3 cats, you're at the max number of cats you can have in your house before people start asking questions. The instant you hit 4 cats, people are going to start asking questions. All right. How
Will
do I?
you ever have a consistent streaming schedule? Because I really like
I'm so
watching
sorry.
your streams, and you haven't streamed for 2 weeks.
I was
Okay.
just yelling at him about that today. I literally was just telling him, like, you
I,
haven't streamed. Go.
Okay, I don't know what the symptoms of ADHD are, but every time I read about it, I think that maybe I have ADHD. I cannot focus on more than one thing at a time. And so if I have something that has to get done, I literally can't do anything else. And it's really, really sad. And it causes a lot of stuff in my life to like not get done and finished because I can't. Like there's stuff that I started like years ago, like even projects for videos or even videos that I've filmed. And the instant I like have to turn to something else to get it done really quick, I forget about it. I just forget and I never go back to it. So streaming is something that is on my mind and I want to do more of it. And I actually was planning on doing some today. We'll do probably Twitch stream after the stereo call and play some Minecraft. But yeah,
Also,
no,
there's an
I'm
egg drop
sorry.
filmed with me. That's one of his videos that he never posted.
Okay. There's an egg drop. There's two egg drops, three egg drops. One is with Chelsea. One is with I Did a Thing. One is with Boy in the Band. I filmed a video where I made my own mini combat robot, and we went to an event. This was like right when we got evicted, so I never got around to posting it and like editing it. Um, yeah, it's yeah, yep. Everything is in shambles. All right, thanks.
Do you guys think we have been in contact with aliens?
I don't know. I think that's such like I don't know.
I can
I
give
mean,
my opinion.
yeah,
No.
yeah, probably not. I mean, it's one of those things where like you're just I don't know. No, what is an alien? Is it like bacteria on another planet? Like, is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can't say never. All right, next.
Hey Will, I'm your biggest fan. Love your content. Please upload more.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I tell them that every day.
I try. I feel if people figured out how long it actually took me of like working on the video to like get it uploaded and posted, it would be embarrassing. It's really sad, and I wish I was better at it. I wish I cared less, uh, to not be so nitpicky about everything, and I would post way more videos. But I mean, I'll complain about YouTube right now. Uh, no one try and stop me. When you make videos, it's fun, and when you grow, it's fun. But at some point, like YouTube basically recommends videos that it thinks people want to watch. And so it doesn't really care about your subscribers. It doesn't really care about anything. And so it can feel, if a video does poorly, it can feel really bad because not that the video itself was bad, but because YouTube didn't push it out. And so like a lot of people have problems with this and struggle a lot with trying to feel good about what they do in the midst of YouTube deciding who to, how many people to send the video out to. I don't know. All right. Thanks for the questions.
What is your favorite Little Trees car air freshener scent?
Oh man. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea how to answer that though. I don't like the fruity ones. Let's start with ones that I don't like. I think really fruity. Probably something more mild is what I would like. Some people like, I mean, when I was a kid,
You're also just like not a fan of anytime you go in a car has it, you'll go like, what does that smell? Like you don't like very pungent things.
sometimes they can smell a little like pukey too, like, or maybe they're just covering up puke. I don't know. Your car used to smell like crayons.
It did. I had a
The Jetta?
2001 Jetta, and it was like an actual
Like
problem.
it smelled like a box of crayons. Yeah, and then people you would talk about it with would say like, "Oh my God, like I had a 2000 era Jetta and it smelled like crayons too. It was just like the plastic they used smelled like crayons." So I would
Yeah.
definitely not pick the air freshener that smelled like crayons if I had a choice, or the fruity. Let's go with forest.
Remember people would say like, oh, it makes sense because you're a teacher. And I'm like, do you think teachers just carry like thousands of crayons in their car every day?
Yeah.
No.
All right, who's next?
Yo, William Osman. Could I get a cat sticker?
Yeah, you can get a cat sticker. You can buy them on catwarehouse.com. I think they're not there. I think they're pretty cheap. I don't think I put them too much. I would send a sticker. Usually when people send mail and I ask people to send a return envelope with a stamp on it, then I'll put stickers in it. It's just like, everyone does it, and that's all I'm doing, and then I don't want to do it anymore. So if you send me mail, you have to do work, and if you do work, then I'll probably send you a sticker back.
Yeah, the work is just like a return envelope because a lot of times it's really hard. Because let's be honest, William's penmanship is terrible. I write it for him,
Yeah,
and
we
it's
went and
so
got a
hard
little
to read
stamp.
people's writing.
Yeah, we got the return address stamp too because it was like bad. All right, next.
What do you think is like the hugest food that's ever like gonna be humanly possible to eat in one bite?
Like the biggest food to eat in a bite, probably. I feel like maybe like hot dogs. Maybe hot dogs, or like a sausage kind of has figured out how big of a thing you could eat. It's like a thing that's specifically meant to be kind of like portable and easy to deal with. And so that's my guess would be a sausage. It's like engineered. I don't know. I don't really know if that answers your question or if I just completely pulled something else. Kelsey, what do you think? What do you think is the biggest food? that humans will ever eat in a single bite.
I have.
Okay, next
I don't
question.
want to.
Have
I
you
don't
heard
want to talk
about
about
Tesla's no aftershave? It's called Elon's Musk.
Oh my
Shit
God,
joke on Ava.
that is
Merry
my
Christmas.
joke. You've just stolen my joke. I make that joke all the time, and I just realized that it's not that funny of a joke. Crap.
Yeah,
That's
but
embarrassing.
it's worse when you say it, William.
I have a friend who works at, or I have a couple of friends who work at Tesla, and I constantly try to badger them to like put up like posters. Like I'll make them posters that they can hang up on their office wall so that he can see them, and then they get fired. All right.
So, hello from North Carolina, or I should say South Carolina.
I
I've
thought he
been
was gonna say North
wondering
Korea.
about how you go about coding, because I've heard that you do reference things. Like some people reference things, some people don't, and I don't know how to start coding. And that's what I've really wanted to ask you is how do you go about coding? Do you look at references for code? Do you try to like find different structures for coding, or do you just do from point blank and start from bottom up? And that's a problem I've had is understanding certain like statements and how that's been difficult for me because sometimes I'll look at something and be like, oh, that's a word. I don't know what it does or what it means. Also, what's your take on LGBTQ rights and how do you feel about that? I feel like they
Um,
should be more, pronounced across America.
yeah, I think that nobody should be treated badly. I mean, that's like I think the foundation of people being happy is not being treated like crap. So, um, and then more excitingly, coding. Uh, man, that's a dramatic question. Coding and CAD are like very similar to me because they're both processes where you can very easily get deep into it and realize that you did it completely wrong from the beginning, and then you have to like start over, or you just like keep band-aiding everything together. So, like looking at other people's code is, I think, very important, and copying and pasting is important, and it's totally okay because at the end of the day, like you know, coding, you need to get stuff to work and if you don't completely understand it, that's okay because half of the programming languages are built on top of, other historical crap that was built on top of historical crap that was built on top of historical crap. So like nobody these days could explain the whole process of how it works. Or there are people who could, but like to go from like Python all the way down to machine code and like JavaScript and all of the like historical things that stack on top of each other to like make that work. I mean, it's why computers have gotten more powerful, yet everything seems to run slower, right? Because it's programming has gotten easier, and computing power has gotten more powerful, and they're not as efficient as they were previously because they don't have to. Programmers don't have to be efficient; they just have to get stuff done. So it's kind of like as long as it does the thing you want, as long as you kind of understand it, and just following tutorials and looking at other people's code.
Yeah, William, I think that question was for me about coding. So
Yeah, what do you think
what
about
he
that?
said, I mean, just kidding.
I tried.
I
I
agree with
I
William.
still want to try to teach you to like a little bit. I'm not a lot. I feel like it would be fun. I feel like
Wait.
you would be. What?
Oh, I went in there.
Oh, look at caretaker's gone. Looks like it's just me and the audience. Hello, audience. Let's let the audience talk again.
Hi, I am CADing your BattleBot for a final project in my class. I'm a mechanical
God,
engineer
I'm so
major, and I was wondering how to get the dimensions for the robot.
I actually haven't even opened it yet. I have the full CAD model for it. I feel like that's cheating.
Hi.
What? How did that start
I
playing?
don't know what to do.
Did you do that?
I didn't mean to.
Oh.
How do I get back on?
What happened? I hear you
I
here.
don't know. I
You're in
literally.
the app. I can hear you right now.
Wait, you can hear me on here?
Yeah, I can. This is some boomer.
Wait, but I don't see me.
I don't think you do see you.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Boomer, boomer, boomer.
I'm like putting laundry away, and then I thought it disconnected me. I apologize. I clicked on buttons. I apologize.
So the problem with the BattleBot is that if you want dimensions, there's a lot of dimensions. Here, I'll just measure it. I'll measure the width. I'll measure the width right now. From tank tread to tank tread, the widest part of the robot is looks like 36 inches, so it's like 3 feet from the left to the right tank pods. And then from front to back, it's see, do I include the blade? Probably not. From front to back, I got my tape measure. It's like, what is that? Like 30, like 34 inches. So, and then height, kind of weird because it articulates. I hope that was enough dimensions for you to model the BattleBot. 36 from side to side, and like 34, 32 front to back.
What about the height?
Well, the problem is the height is it pivots. All right, I'll try. I'll try to get an estimate of the height. Okay. I don't know. It's like maybe like completely collapsed without the blade. It looks like a foot tall, maybe 14 inches, and then with the blade on there, it's like maybe 16.
Neutron.
All right, next question.
Get the zip
Drop?
tie.
Question mark.
What was that? What did he say?
It was too quiet. I couldn't hear it.
Kind of sounded like he said drunk question mark. No, not yet. It's not one of those days. Thanks for the question.
Yo,
Neutron.
what's up, boss? Love from the UK.
I think
Thank
he
you
said
for
love
that.
from the UK.
Oh, okay, I thought I couldn't write it. It sounded like he accidentally called in.
So I've created a few videos ready to upload on YouTube, but I've basically struggled with figuring out how I should grow because I plan on making videos a lot like you and Michael, and I've made like a robot dog, I've made like just cool robot stuff, and I'm just curious on how I should grow, and just, the best way to get into that sort of side of YouTube.
Oh yeah, so growing on YouTube is actually really, really easy. The problem is that it's easy, but then it's also hard because the idea of what you need to do is just be consistent. And I can point to examples of people that I've worked with in the past to try to help them grow who were so persistent and relatively consistent where they were able to eventually find success on YouTube. So rule number 1 is post videos.
Yep.
That's it. Rule number 2 is just keep trying. Don't I tell people now, it's things get worse. The bigger your channel gets, the more people complain, right? So it's like, and the more people complain, depending on how sensitive to feedback you are, even if it's a vocal minority, it gets tougher and tougher to take leaps, because when so many people are watching your video, it's just it's scary. It's like trying something new or making a new joke or doing something you're not sure people are going to like it or not. It's way more intimidating when people expect you to do good stuff. So when you're just starting out, you can post crap. It doesn't matter. And honestly, you should post crap, because posting stuff is the most important thing to do. You just need to post, because when you post, you learn, and when you learn, you do better. You make changes and you do better in the future. And also, the easiest way to get people to collaborate with you is to be consistent and putting effort into it, because I have people ask me all the time, oh, help me do this, help me do that. And I go look at their channel and it has one video and it was posted a couple months ago, and it's no, you're not trying. So why am I going to try? I'm not giving you anything right now. When I see someone who's got a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen videos and they're posting once a month or more frequently than that, yeah, they're not wasting my time. So, just doing stuff, just do, and then deal with the other problems later.
Yeah, and also don't try to create a fake personality, because I've met some YouTubers who they have a personality online that's not really the way they are, and they're just exhausted all the time from it, trying to keep up that persona. Versus William's just crazy all the time, unfortunately for me.
I just more loud on camera. More screamy.
You are very screamy. Yeah, you play video games really screamy too. So.
Yeah, thank you. The neighbors. Oh, we had the food delivery the other day, and I was absolutely screaming.
Oh my gosh, it was embarrassing.
Whoops.
Hi, William. Will you ever consider streaming on Twitch?
Yeah, I have been 2 weeks ago. I streamed for like just under 12 days straight almost. And then I had to like get this video done, this last one, and it probably doesn't look like it, but I struggled a lot trying to like piece it together. And so I just couldn't I just have a hard time doing two things at the same time. So like if I know I have to be editing, it's really hard for me to stream. But I'm maybe actually today. I definitely should do a couple hours today. We'll go into the Epic SMP server.
Yeah.
I can't play Warzone on stream because number one, like it's hard to focus on anything else, and my God, I scream so much that it's bad.
You would
It's
hate
really
him.
bad. There's
I hate
screaming
him
and
when he's on
swearing.
it.
Yeah.
It's not a. It's not.
How
a
did
good
you
look.
and Caretaker meet?
Craigslist.
We met in middle school, and we were friends in middle school and high school, and then we started dating in college.
Yeah, because you got dumped.
William Matthew.
And you rebound.
William Matthew. No one wants to hear you.
Well, not people know my middle name. Well, thanks for the expose.
Do you disassemble your creations or keep them as little mementos from the past? And with that, do you still have the automatic chopsticks, and do you use them still?
Both. He keeps some whole if he like really liked it, and other ones he definitely picks apart. And I help him.
A good example of that is like the robot to train the cat to press the button when he sees fire. It's like it's just screwed to a piece of wood, and it's like, what am I gonna do with this? It's just crap, and you can't really set it down anywhere. And I still have it, but like I don't know what to use it for, so I probably should just disassemble it because it's taking up space right now. And we sell the chopsticks. I actually have a whole bunch of more chopsticks because it's taking longer. Coronavirus really slowed everything down, but we were going to do a Kickstarter for the automatic chopsticks, and so we've been working with an engineering firm to get it ready for like production. So we have circuit boards, we have injection mold. We don't have the tooling yet, but we have all the injection molding designs done. I just need to do that, and I have, like I said, one track mind. I have someone helping me. My friend who helped Simone with her Kickstarter. That's actually how he helped hers, because I introduced him. But it's been meaning to do it, and I just can't focus on more than one thing at a time because I have the brain of a squirrel.
Yep, you do. Also, the Simone's Kickstarter, the everyday calendar we have, and it's the coolest thing in our house.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's awesome.
Thanks for the question.
What do you think the dumbest thing that you could possibly do right now is, and will you do it?
I have a high voltage power supply. I have they still have the container of black powder.
Neutron, get off the counter.
I think putting a fork into a wallet would be pretty stupid.
Neutron.
You think? I don't know. There's actually a lot of dangerous stuff around me.
Neutron was just standing on the stove.
I will not do anything stupid unless it's being filmed. Does that make sense? Thanks for the question.
Hey, William Osman. I was wondering if you had the chance to get laser eyes and you could do anything with them, like cook steak with them, would you?
I think that it absolutely depends on what the other terms of this are, because I think laser eyes would be pretty cool. And not being able to turn them off would not be pretty cool. So the answer is yes, if it doesn't make my life worse for reasons that what the monkey's paw. What's that? Where you ask for something and you get it, but it's the worst possible variety. Chelsea, you want laser eye?
I would like them when you are not doing things that you should be doing, like when you're being lazy, and I can just threaten you with them.
You can just get a little airsoft gun. You can shoot pellets at it.
No, the laser eyes would be cooler.
Regarding the previous video, can you give us a hint on how you made the explosive for the mini Tesla?
I did. I see. I have to be careful on YouTube because like Even though it's like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what's okay and what's not okay. I know that Kevin, backdoor scientist, has actually has had
Like,
videos taken down by government agencies, or they've asked him to take them down because they were a little bit too specific about stuff. And then YouTube in general they just, I don't know. There's no Mythbusters used to do this stuff and they would censor it all and it was all kind of fun and games, but um it's basically it's just like a little black powder charge, and you just you suspend the fuel above it, and then you ignite the charge, and that's how they do it in movies. That's how they do it in a lot of places. And then like actual like people who with more experience and more access to stuff, they'll have all sorts of varieties of um, chemicals they can use to change the behavior of the fire to make it look maybe more sooty and more, I have no like very basic experience, none of that like professional expertise that they develop over the years of doing movies.
yeah, that's not you.
No, yeah, but yeah, I mean, you can if you look, you can find like snippets of information online. You can kind of like piece together what needs to get done. There's no tutorials. Like that's the problem. Is like there really isn't a whole lot of tutorials. 'Cause number one, it's like it's dangerous. Like when I was a kid and I'd do stupid stuff, like I'd burn my hands, like I don't want to say almost lit my parents' house on fire, but I definitely a little bit lit my
Oh,
parents' house on fire.
sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry, William's mom.
Yeah, that's so anyways, a long time ago. But that's what what kid doesn't almost light their
I
parents' house
hope
on
she's
fire?
not listening to this right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll send her flowers.
But it's just that's why I put the warning in there, and it's kind of a joke, but like you can seriously hurt yourself messing with fire, and so it's like if you aren't ready for that and you're not like going to take the proper precautions to prevent that from happening, it's really bad, which is I think why you can't find a whole lot of information online is if it's too
Neutron.
readily available, people are going to play with stuff they shouldn't. You guys should seriously, if you have any like, I would go watch the video. Look for the video. You can just search for it. It might take you a second to find it, but like, it is such a good example of why you don't mess around with this stuff unless you're really confident and careful. It's just don't. Bad, 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 bad.
Yeah,
Bad.
that's why I wasn't anywhere near when you were actually doing that stuff. Because even I'm scared of you.
Yeah. Thanks for the question. Don't kill yourself. That's bad. Bombs are bad.
Was the tuna jello as bad as I imagined it was?
That's it's
I
complicated.
refuse to eat it because I hate mayonnaise so much. I did not taste it. I refused to.
Okay. It wasn't that bad. Like when you eat food, you think of like a McDonald's hamburger and a Coke and like a milkshake or apple pie. You go to a fast food joint and get all that. You eat it all separately. But like if you mix it together, all of a sudden it's gross. Like it's like it wasn't
My
good.
dad didn't mind it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like it wasn't good. It just wasn't like bad. Like what is bad? Like bad would be like rotten, like it's rank. But it
Bad
was
would be
just
like you would vomit eating it.
yeah. You
And the
wouldn't
fact
vomit
that it
eating
had
this.
mayonnaise in it was like enough for me to not want to eat it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looked bad though. It just looked like barf, but it just tasted like a weird sweet, savory kind of. I don't know. I wouldn't make it
Tuna
again.
salad.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
Well, please bring back Egg Drop. It would be a great time and a great video.
Yay, that's what I was just
Yeah,
telling him
maybe I
today.
should. How do I see? That's the thing. How do I post it? Do I just post it and say here it is, and all of a sudden it's like we're back at the old house with like from 2 years ago? Like I mean, that would be kind of funny. We've been through. This is like the second place after that now, because Michael and I had the other place in LA, and he moved into the offline TV, and now my caretaker and I are at a different place, and so it's like 2 houses ago. Actually, the other ones are from the last house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, William. My name's Aiden, and I'm a big fan. I have a question for you. If you had the opportunity, would you delete Michael Reeves' channel?
No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be mean. No, it's I mean, does it really matter? It's not like he posts any videos there. I know he's working on something right now. But who knows when he posts it? Because I also heard he was working on that a long time ago too. So he's worse
Well,
than me.
but he's like pretty consistent with his streams though, right? So that's
Is he? I mean,
thought he
maybe.
was.
Last time I looked, had been. Well, I guess I'm not either though. So yeah, yeah. No, no, I would not delete my.
I think I think he's more consistent on there, but it's like if it makes sense, he's living in offline TV and pretty much everyone does streaming, so I kind of get
Yeah.
it.
I feel like there are weird people out there who have like like they actually would do stuff like that. Like a lot of jealousy. Like there's some stories of people doing stuff like that. Not really here, but I think kind of more the beauty community or like beauty commentary kind of stuff. Um, no, I like to see my friends do well. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, are you ever going to go to boat club again?
Oh man, that would be fun. It was actually really far though. It was like 100-mile drive to get down
Yeah.
there. But I don't know. I think maybe not boat club. There's probably other stuff we could go and crash. I did
like
the battle box.
pickleball.
Yeah, I did the mini combat robots competition, and I had my crab themed robot. I should just edit that. I have so many videos. I'm so bad at this. I was like, I give the advice of just make videos, and I'm sitting here like that's what I said. It's like, you know, it's easy to give advice. It's hard to do it yourself.
Hello, William. I was.
Yes, thank you so much for the question.
It's hard to use
I
this
was
when you're first using it. Then you get used to it and it gets easier. But at the beginning, I get it. I understand.
the yeah yeah. Who knows?
Hello, William Osman. I was wondering.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
That's a good
I think always, and forever, I will stand my ground when it comes to that. So either my condolences or happy to hear that.
I'm gonna make you a proper Mr. Bones puppet. I'm tired of seeing your hand in the shot. You need a puppet.
I mean, I looked for it's really not a puppet, but I looked for trying to find an identical version of the one we used to have, the tiny one. It was so well built. It was such a
And
classroom.
Remember how you got that one? Yeah.
My mom gave it to me.
No. You stole it from my classroom.
Did I steal it?
Yeah, from my classroom. You said you were going to use it and then you would give it back.
Well, look at him now. Look where Mr. Bones is, thanks to me. In a landfill and in the atmosphere.
It disintegrated in a house fire. That's right.
He was already dead.
Oh, wouldn't you just prefer if your house didn't burn down? I think you would prefer that, but what's your opinion?
Yeah, someone asked this last time too, and it's definitely one of those things that at the time it was weird. It was like people assume a lot about everything, and at the time people were making a lot of assumptions too. But I would have gladly undone it if I could have, because it was bad. It was traumatizing.
Yeah, it's not something that you get over. It's like a lifelong thing, and everyone deals with it different, and it's I mean it still affects us to this day, and that's why there's a lot of services out there for help.
Yeah, I think my take is there's everything has good and bad. There's pros and cons to all sorts of things in life, if not everything in life. And so, did it suck to lose all the stuff? Yeah. Did it suck losing the stuff? No. Did it suck losing the pipeline of being able to make stuff because I had tools and I knew where everything was and I had organization and I had space to do things? That's the worst part of losing your stuff. It's not the stuff itself. It's the stuff that you use and you're used to having and you know where it is. It
just disrupts your whole life. And the other thing
Yeah.
was it was a natural disaster, so it's not like we were negligent and it was well, at least it's it makes sense. It was there's nothing we could have done to prevent that, and that's the worst, the most violating feeling of this is just a pure freak accident thing that happened, and then not only affected us but thousands of other people. So it was really awful.
Right.
But we have a
But good,
great
but then you
community.
gotta look at the other side too, and like good stuff did come of it. Like we
Yeah,
were able
because we have a great
to,
community, like with you two, within our family, and yeah, so there's
right.
definitely good that comes out of it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's a mixed bag. Like,
Yeah.
was it bad? Yes. But was there also good stuff? Yeah. Thanks for the question.
Do you speak Swedish?
Ja, mitt balakia. I can say a couple sentences. Jag fest, it's a two-word sentence, means I farted, and jag älskar dig means I love you in Swedish, and that is it. Apparently, the preschool I went to got mad that my mom was teaching me Swedish for some reason because I would confuse my colors, or I would answer my colors in Swedish. So my mom stopped teaching me Swedish, and now I can only speak boring English.
True.
And Chelsea can speak Spanglish. Say something in Spanish.
What?
Say,
No.
I want. Come on, give us your Spanish.
That was Spanish. No.
Yo quiero un pantalones. What did I say?
I would like a pants.
Yes.
Which is improper.
Well, you knew what I said. I would survive in Mexico.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Of all your fellow creators, whose inventions do you enjoy the most, and would you ever consider taking someone else's invention and putting your own little spin on it?
That's a good question.
Man, that's tricky. I think that
Well, I think that the problem is that you like a lot of different creators for like different things. So it's hard to pick just one because there's so many different categories. But I like the idea about like would you take it and do your own?
Alan and Peter, honestly. Kevin, the backdoor scientist, does a lot of cool stuff, but it's all horrific, and nightmarish. And he's played with some stuff. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. And like Alan does a lot of really cool robotic stuff. Peter does a lot of cool, like flying contraptions. So yeah, probably one of them. A lot of Michael's stuff is just like taped together and half-assed. And he also he would just steal my crap. He would take stuff off my projects to use. And like I think I don't think I ever give shit for it, but the Roomba that screams when it bumps into things, he took he took the receiver that I had on the electric wheelchair that we had like hacked to turn into a remote control wheelchair. He took the receiver off of it, and then he used it for the his Roomba, and then he never bought a new one and put it back. So I went to show somebody the shopping cart or the wheelchair, remote control wheelchair, and I like couldn't get it to work. And I'm like, what? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't understand why it's not working. And I started like looking through it, and then I realized there was no receiver on it when I went to go see if the battery wasn't connected. So yeah, I think to answer the question, I do some pretty half-assed stuff.
No, but he said what's like a project that you'd want to like do your own William Osman spin on of someone's.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because I think a lot of times people they do like 90% of like what's cool about it. And anything like my own spin on it just it's a lot of work. So usually I don't know. I don't really have any obvious answer. Sorry to disappoint. What about you, caretaker? Whose project would you want to do add-ons to?
None of the above because I have a full-time job.
Oh, you got a full-time job.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest thing that Jimmy Neutron has ever done?
Oh my gosh, what has he not done that's weird?
He'll lick his butthole for days. I don't understand it.
He loves water, so he refuses to drink like out of his bowl. He wants to drink out of the kitchen sink.
This is gross.
And he drinks out of the toilet. Yep, he'll drink out of the
He
toilet.
started pulling trash out.
Yeah, he likes to pull trash out and bring it like to wake me up in the morning. He sits on me and bites my fingers in the morning. I mean, everything he does is weird, but that's why we love him.
Yeah, we have a little humidifier in the room too, and he'll try to knock it over. And when he successfully does, just water is like soaks into the carpet. Ugh.
He's a cute monster, though.
Hello, William Osman. I was wondering if you had.
Yes, I would love to have. Thank you
There's
so
probably
much.
on the next one. Click on the next one. I bet you.
What do you think is the most remarkable characteristic of Michael Reeves? Like, is he especially smart, just obsessed, or hardworking? I just don't get the guy.
You trying to ask for Michael Reeves' secrets?
What's the most
Michael
remarkable
Reeves,
thing? That's what he said.
The most remarkable thing is how that he can just do nothing for 2 weeks straight to panic and try and get the video out.
And then he can do it, yeah.
I don't think he's ever done anything without panicking.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
always panic.
it's remarkable how much sparkling water he can consume.
He hated sparkling water too. You remember that?
Yeah, I'm filling up my water right now as we speak.
He hated sparkling. He thought it was gross, and then he would drink like a pallet of it a week. And like, you go to Costco and get it. He didn't.
Made for a video do you regret making most?
Oh God, I only heard half of that.
He said, "What's a video that you regret making most?" I would
I don't know
probably
if I
ones that
have.
you didn't post, right? Like you've done some things that you haven't posted because you regretted, like you're like, this is not going to go well. I don't think there's anything you've posted that you would want to like take, because it's like you with YouTube, if you regretted it, you would just delete it, right?
Well, regret is like a strong feeling. Like why? Like I regret it because like I rushed it, or it was a commentary video and I like said mean things or something. I don't actually really think there's anything I regret. Mm-mm.
You want to get a tattoo that says "No regrets"?
No regrets.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a tattoo that says "No regrets"?
No.
No, never mind. That's not a good joke.
Nope. Next.
Are you really William? Are you alive?
Yes, I am. I proved it. I posted a video yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Did.
I don't even know. I can't keep track of anything anymore.
I think it was. Because yeah.
Obviously, influencers have to deal with it constantly, but do educational YouTubers also run into clout chasers on the occasion?
Yeah, I mean, like what is clout chasing? I feel like everyone to some extent is clout chasing. There are channels that do not clout chase, but they're also like, very hardcore science channels that don't like, they perform really well for a very niche audience. I think to me, like clout chasing would be someone who wants to kind of ride off of coattails, but doesn't really add a whole lot of value themselves. Because, if you're like doing your own thing and people like your content and you work with somebody else who is, let's say, bigger than you, who also makes their own good content, like you collaborating on something I wouldn't really call it clout chasing. So it's pretty easy to pick it up in the science kind of educational area. I'm not calling myself an educational channel, but like you can basically tell if somebody knows how to do the same kind of stuff as you, it's not clout chasing. If somebody kind of shows up and just asks you to do stuff and doesn't really come back after you do a thing, like that's kind of more clout chasing. And there are like some situations, but it's not that bad. It's really not. I feel like this science entertainment community is probably one of the healthiest on the platform.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of drama within it.
Mm-hmm. No, there needs to be though. I've been thinking about starting some.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing. I'm not sure if this is very heard of around the YouTube community, but you are allowed to open fan mail without a camera recording you. Just mention.
That is true. But I feel like it's sometimes people expect you to open it on camera, and so that kind of can feel bad. So
we definitely do open stuff without it being on. But then it's exactly what William just said, is like he'll feel bad, like, oh, are people going to be sad that I didn't, do it on camera? And it's that kind of like battle. But we
I
do
actually think
open.
I have unboxing videos that I literally never posted
Yeah.
to the second channel. Oh my God, I
Yeah,
just
no, we
forgot.
go through fan mail together and read them, and it's always really sweet.
Yeah, honestly, we probably should just not post it and just open it because it like causes it just makes it like more of like I don't know, makes it harder to do casually for fun to interact with people because it just gets overwhelming. Thanks for the question.
Hello,
You're
William
listening
Osman. I was wondering, if you worked at a school cafeteria, what would you put in your mystery meat?
I missed
Not
Chelsea.
trying to be suspicious.
What did they say, Chelsea? What would I
Not
put in my
trying to
what?
be suspicious.
But they said what would I put in my what? My phone for whatever.
Mystery meat, like a
Mystery
school
meat.
school, yeah, school cafeteria mystery meat.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's a great segue into an idea I have. You guys remember how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treats before people notice? I've definitely been thinking about like fast food tacos and like how much stuff, how much can you float the ground beef with something else before people notice? I have a suspicion that if you're if you're clever about what you use, you could probably use not very much ground beef.
Yeah, William has a lot of food related ideas that he would like to do.
There's some traumatic food videos that I have that I know are gonna make people squirm.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
How many terrorists in one household is too many terrorists?
Probably 3. 3 is too many. That's just a guess though.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, caretaker. How hard is to be a caretaker?
Oh, to William?
You just gave her a perfect opportunity to throw me right underneath the school bus.
Okay, so here's the thing is some days William is really great and helpful and he's quite wonderful. And then most days he's just insane and he screams, he paces frantically around the house.
I'm pacing
And
right
like
now.
yeah, you pace and then it's like you'll go grab the cat and then I'll be teaching and you come in and yells things at me and it's just he's chaotic. So
What?
I do a lot of yoga.
That doesn't happen.
Do a lot of yoga to try to calm myself down. Thank you.
You make it sound like I scream at you.
No, you scream like just about YouTube things in general, and it's like I'm your sounding board. And I'm just like, eat food, and you're like,
All right. Well, thank you very much for the question. I don't appreciate it.
This question actually goes to caretaker. What do you think about the Vietnam War?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
I think it was a terrible war, and also my grandfather.
Dude, what do you know about the Vietnam War? I really genuinely don't know as much as I probably should.
So my grandfather, who is also your grandfather-in-law, fought in it, and I don't know anyone that came back from that with a, good outlook on humanity.
But did we win?
What?
But did we win? That's all that matters.
Yeah, did we win? That's all that matters. America. Not pro Vietnam War.
Very insightful. I feel like we learned a lot today.
At an engineering level, would a bicycle with bicycle wheels be possible?
Bicycle
with bicycle wheels. You know what? That's. I feel like a lot of very smart people have worked on a very similar problem, and unfortunately, the technology we have available to us, and I would say at our disposal, because maybe with some really high end like stuff, but not your regular technology that your average person has access to. I think we're going to have to, probably wait a couple more years in the future before we'll see something like that happen. Thanks for the question.
So I am an aspiring engineer. I plan on going to college for computer, electrical engineering, computer science.
Get it.
So my question is, any advice to like a future, electrical engineer, even if it's just computer science and computer electrical engineering. So yeah.
Yeah, do your homework. Engineering is one of those, like anything math related is just one of those things where if you really don't do the homework, unless you have some, Rain Man level memory skills, like you are not gonna have a good time. Like every time I did homework in classes, I did so much better than if I didn't. And it's math. I would say for a very generic overview of engineering, it is math. The first 2 years are going to be your calculus and differential equations, and it's like that. Like you just do the homework in those classes. Like just try to learn those as well as you can, because that is the foundation of the rest of your engineering education. Like there's so much math that you do in those classes that will bleed into everything else. Like the later you get to, like it all comes in order too, because the later you get into engineering courses, then you do differential equations at some point. It's like differential equations. It's literally math that gets used. And so if you didn't do well and you didn't learn a whole lot when you took the class, you're going to struggle a lot when you take the actual engineering courses. I don't know why they don't really say this either, because every time you take a class in high school, it's just like everything builds on it, but it's none of these like core things you need. Where it's like, oh, look, you learn how to use a period in this class and a comma in that class, and now you're just writing sentences, but you still don't have anything to do with them. And then you like never use that stuff ever again. No one ever asks you about it. But math and engineering, it's so much. It's just math. It's the same math over and over again. Math, math, math. Yep. That's my advice. Does that sound like advice or just rambling?
No, that's good advice.
Will there ever be another crapshoot cooking episode, or was the Reese's Bean Cup a one-off? And also, will you ever consider making more food-related content?
Yeah.
I love food content. It's really fun. It's really easy to like do it in a concise manner. Like I think one of the troubles with the like robotics videos is they happen over such long periods of time because of how long it takes to make things, that it can be very difficult to make the videos feel like cohesive. And so cooking is kind of like the best of everything, where you get relatable because it's food, where people can feel like they can participate. You get the like short time frame of cooking, and so you can do the whole thing in an afternoon, and you can get like really good feeling journey from start to finish. And it's just like food is so relatable. Like food topics do so well, so you usually get like a very well performing video.
Yeah,
so
he has a board like actually in the kitchen right now that him and a friend were brainstorming about. There's 11 ideas for food related things that William and a friend came up with, just to kind of think about it. So yeah, it's definitely something he wants to keep doing.
Sometimes I feel just people get mad at me if I don't do like robotic science stuff. It's just like, oh, you don't do this anymore. And so anytime I do anything that's like food or something else, like people just screech. I need to just like either stop reading comments or just go in there and be ruthless and start blocking people so I don't feel bad about the videos I make. Yeah, honestly, you guys would get way more videos if everyone left nice comments, even though most of the comments are nice. Less pressure.
All right, boss. Love from the UK. Where'd you dons meet?
It was asked where we met.
Yeah, we met in middle school in 6th grade.
Yeah, I honestly though, I want to say I don't remember you, but I really don't remember a lot of middle school. I barely remember high school.
You don't have a really good memory though, just in general, like even as an adult. But we went to middle school and high school together.
I forget stuff that I just don't care about.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, why would I have cared about you in middle school?
Thank you. Keep it up. You had zip-off pants and a bowl cut.
All right.
Hi, Whedon and caretaker. How hard is to take care of Whedon full time?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. That's usually a common question I get. It's a full-time job on top of having a full-time job. So I sleep really well at night.
Just wanted to say Hello from New Zealand.
Hello.
Hello.
We would love to
I've
be in
never
New Zealand right now.
Went to Australia once,
We
which
really
is the
want to go to
closest
New
I've
Zealand.
been.
Yeah.
Of all of the ones, who was your favorite egg drop rival?
Ooh.
I feel like maybe Ian. I don't know.
My favorite one was with Ian, but that's just because your guys' blossoming romance is just very adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gotta go with Ian.
Oh,
It's
let's
just
be
like,
specific because you've done two. I think there's been several Ian. So I'm referring to IDubs.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
just
guys are very cute.
it's always such like a beautiful disaster of like
Yeah, correct. You guys have like a very similar way of thinking about things, so it just translates really well, both like in real life and on camera. So it's just really fun to watch.
Yeah. It's fun to do.
I understand what it's like. I have ADHD too.
What did he say?
He
I
said,
think
"I
that was
understand." Yeah, it's like I understand what it's like. I have a, and then I couldn't hear the end of it.
Did he say engineering degree? Maybe.
Oh, maybe that was, yeah. So he probably saying it relates to like what you're referring to when you're in school and whatnot.
Math
The
math
pain.
for days. Never ending
Yeah.
math. Raise your hand if you like math.
I do. I'm raising my hand. I do like math.
See, math is like a tool. I feel like a lot
It
of
is, and it's
schools are like,
logical. I like
yeah,
things
but the
that
way
have like,
people are taught math is like you have to learn like how to use a tool, but then they never show you like why to use the tool. You know, it's always, where is tool, not how is tool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You guys have probably been asked this a bunch, but how did you two meet?
yeah, I think we just answered that
Craigslist.
one. Middle school.
That's
and then
not
high
a
school,
good story.
we had like every class together in high school through all of high school.
Yeah, until I started taking all the smart classes.
No, then we had them together too. But you harassed me, and so like you would throw things at me into my shirt.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Man, I miss high school.
Okay. All right, next.
Will you ever do another video with like an RC car, or like make an RC car?
I think so.
Yeah, there's this video I've been wanting to do for a while. I actually gave Alan Pan the general idea of like building an invention from your childhood. So I have this RC car that I really wanted to build when I was a kid. It was like a car and a submarine. And I have like very vivid memory of like exactly what I wanted it to be and do. And so I really want to do that. It's a lot of work though. I mean, Peter Spiegel is really good at this kind of stuff, so I probably could ask him for help. But I definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
There's the combat robot too that I built, but never edited and posted. So that's kind of in the same realm.
That was like 2 years ago. Stop talking about the combat robot thing you never edited.
I know.
Next names. What will your cat's next names be?
Jimmy Neutron 2, Jimmy Neutron 3, Jimmy Neutron 4, Jimmy Neutron 5, and we'll have them all at the same time. It's not succession.
I was gonna say, I had a grandma who, when they would die, it was like the same dog version too.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But I don't know, like Neutron. The thing is, people keep like saying, "Oh, you're gonna get more cats," or like asking us, family, friends, and like YouTube, you guys. He's a lot of work. He wakes me up usually between like 5 and 6, no matter what time I went to bed. He wakes me up and like demands attention and to be fed, and he doesn't do it to William, so it's a lot of work.
It is. Yeah, I was gonna say it is, but I don't have to deal with it. I just put earplugs in and ignore him.
Yeah, and then he attacks me.
Well, I don't know why he does that, but leave me alone.
Yeah, keep it up.
What is something that you wish you could make but you haven't been able to, either from scheduling or it's just never fit in, or you just don't think it would work with your channel?
Anything that requires any level of complexity. Like there's so many, I think, fun ideas that I want to do, but the instant you actually start doing it, like, for example, the BattleBot, right? So Jerome, who built it, I talked to him about how long it took him to design it. It took him like it was months straight. It was, I think he said like 1 or 2 months straight, literally like almost every waking moment was working on it.
Yeah.
And he even was like, I don't even remember a whole lot because it was just constantly like there's so many little details and so much like synthesis that has to be done. And then you have to like, you have to figure out what is it going to be? What is it going to look like? How is it going to work? And then you have to make the parts. Like it's really easy to copy a design and replicate it. It's really hard to come up with something from scratch. And so for videos, the problem is like I can't spend like a month straight working on something because it's like it's just an obscene amount of like just strain that it puts on you making stuff in that time frame. Like no one makes stuff in that time frame in the industry. Like it's expensive if you want to. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do that I just struggle because it's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of money is not even as big of a problem anymore because it used to be like a bigger deal when I wanted to buy like parts. The channel didn't make any money, but now the channel can like pay for stuff. I remember talking to Simone like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, maybe even at this point. And I was like, oh, like when you need something like a motor, like you try to get the company to give it to you. And she's like, oh, anything over like, $200, I'll just anything under $200, I'll just buy. And so I was sitting there I'm like, oh my God, like $200, I get so much money. And it is a lot of money. But when your channel grows, like it becomes possible to spend way more money on your projects. And so like it's more of just how much time can you spend working on it, and then how do you make a video out of that? Because it's difficult to like it's very difficult to work on stuff over a period of time and make a video about it. I mean, you can even like some of Michael's videos capture it kind of well, where he just like comes into frame after the previous clip and it's like it's 3 weeks later. Like it's very difficult to tell a cohesive story over that kind of a time period.
Yeah, time is like your biggest enemy with video making.
Yeah. Yep.
There's not
Anything
enough.
you can do in a day. I'm jealous of people who are able to film stuff over the course of a single day and not have to spend, weeks trying to like capture little snippets of when they did this and when they did that. That's why you see so much narration. Like so many of the science channels are just like narrative where it's like clips and then narration over it.
Hi, William. Where is Mr. Bones, and what have you done with him?
Mr. Bones is right next to me, and he has his one of his arms is ripped off, and his head kind of got ripped off. I closed the garage door the other day, and his head was sticking out just a little bit, and so every time one of the like folding edges of the door came over his head, it like pop his head off even more. Yeah.
You should go to a psychiatrist. Like, almost 10% of the whole population has ADHD, and it's underdiagnosed. So, yeah, the good treatment can change your life. So, try it out.
I think it's good advice.
It concerns me a little bit. I feel like I've never taken Adderall. I'm a little bit scared that it could just be I have too many things going on at the same time. I don't know, because I can sit and work on stuff. I would just have like a lot of procrastination problems where if I like don't want to look at something, like I'll do a little bit of editing or a little bit of something, and then it's like, oh, let's go see how my GameStop stock is doing. Oh, it's still bad. Or let's see like what's Reddit or Twitter or something. And so, I've been thinking actually I'm definitely needing to do this, installing like a Raspberry Pi hole to filter domains on our network, so I can't look at Reddit.
I don't think it's the worst idea though. I think it might help, but William is also, it's like to require him to go to a doctor's appointment. Squirrel brain, that's like hard to get him to even do that.
Yeah, I feel like I might just have too many things going on at the same time. I just miss being a kid and being able to like work on one thing. But here's like, when you work on a project, you're like, yeah, it's fun. You get to do something. But then in the back of your head, the whole time, it's like, got to make the video and you got to post it by this date. Like you have to post. So then it's like all these feelings of like, like internal screeching. YouTube.
Will you ever make a video with the RC car again? Or like add stuff to an RC car or make an RC car?
Yeah,
I think it's the same. I think it might be the same person.
What was the weirdest interaction with Michael?
Oh gosh.
Oh my God, definitely anything that happened at like 5 in the morning or
Yeah.
before in the
Okay.
morning.
I think that like one of the weirdest ones I had was I was going to work and like because I have a normal like scheduled job, not like YouTube crazy hours, and it was 7:30 in the morning, and I was leaving, and he was like picking up food that had got delivered and was like good night, and I was like good morning, and it was just really strange.
That never gets old. That's so funny.
Yeah, it was definitely, and I remember like texting you like, wait, what? And you were like, yep, yep.
That's just that. Honestly, that's such a funny like. Just the whole situation is so freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird one.
I have the torch on. I'm trying to melt the shrink wrap. I'm putting new lights in the garage right now because it's too dark.
Caretaker, caretaker, what's your favorite thing about William?
Yes, that's a great question. I applaud the positivity.
That is a really good question.
Probably his good looks and his big muscles.
No. My favorite thing about William genuinely is that I laugh every single day. Like even if I'm having a really bad day, William is like the one person who can always make me laugh and feel better. He's very funny. So
Yeah,
that's the best part.
she loves dead baby jokes.
William.
Never fails to get a laugh with a dead baby
All right.
joke.
Neutron, I'm gonna have him poop in your mouth tonight.
You don't need to tell him to do that.
Willie, it's me, Little Willie. And I was wondering, do you have your COVID shot yet? And if not, when do you think you'll be getting around to do that?
He's so I'm in 1B because I'm a teacher, and as of right now, William he's not going to be in the next round unless they like change something from now until I am allowed to get mine, saying like spouses can, but I doubt that's going to happen. So I'm essential because of being an educator. Unfortunately, with his
I
job,
should be essential. What are they going to do without YouTubers?
yeah, so we're definitely going to get vaccinated. It's just a matter of being patient, and so for the meantime we just stay home.
Yeah.
Why do you call Chelsea caretaker?
Because I'd be dead. I
Yeah,
would be
that's
dead.
true.
I would be when I used to do my laundry by like shoving all my dirty laundry between my bed and the wall. It's like a maybe 8-inch crack between the bed and the wall. I used to not it's yeah, I mean it's like not surprising what you think of like typical boy things and boy hygiene. And so without someone to keep me in line, it would be
You're just
long
squirrel
dead.
brain. I will like make sure he takes his allergy medication every day because it's just he genuinely is so like squirrel brain that he'll be like, oh no, I didn't take it, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna have allergy attacks all day. So he definitely needs a lot of help, like a little baby.
Yeah, I feel like the way I like to do things is I imagine like you're writing an essay, except you just don't look at any of the unimportant stuff like spelling and punctuation. You just get your ideas across, and that's all that matters. That's how I live my life.
And then
So,
I come in and do the spell check and punctuation.
wearing the same pair of underwear until they're like stiff as a board, or maybe even like get up and walk away on their own. That's me.
Not
So I'm saving
anymore.
Mother Nature by using less water.
Yeah, I would never let that happen. You guys are welcome if you ever meet him once COVID's over and it's safe and there's any opportunity, you're welcome for his clean clothes.
Hey, whatever happened to the Chinese guy? Did you guys
Alan,
were mad at each other, or you guys left in good terms?
Which one?
Oh, I think is he talking about like
the Chinese
exploding-
Gavin.
Gavin, I'm like not Ethan. Gavin.
I thought never mind. I thought he was talking about Alan. I thought he was talking about Alan. I'm like, what? I never got mad at Alan. Gavin, I had a temporary SIM card in the phone. I bought like a 30-day SIM card in that phone because I was too afraid to put my own SIM card in it because it was like some sketchy like Chinese phone that they had sent me. And I've heard stories. So I haven't talked to him since. I did talk to him a little bit, but then the card ran out, and so I still have the phone. I probably could hit him up again. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Probably sending emails.
Why do you call Chelsea caretaker?
Oh, just that one.
I'd be dead. I don't hear anything. Did you hear
I
anything
didn't
on that
hear
one?
any. No, I didn't hear anything.
There was a waveform too. That was weird.
Yeah.
So, if you were swarmed by fifth graders,
Oh God.
Oh, like what would William do if he was swarmed by
What would I
fifth
do? I
graders?
would probably curl up in a ball and start crying.
Yeah. They think he's funny though.
I just remember I went to your classroom once, and I will never do that again.
That was
Especially when all
okay.
these
That
other kids started coming in, and they're like, there was like a bunch of kids asking for like they literally had no idea. They'd never watched any of this and didn't know any of of
the other
what.
kids, not my students.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Oh, I heard there was a YouTube here," and it's like, What do you do?" And I'm just like, "I'm gonna run and
Yeah,
get away."
William is good at like now. Well, when we are at school, I'm distance learning right now with my district. We haven't been at school year, but he'll like drop stuff off for me. So he'll be helpful if I'm like, oh, shoot, we're doing this. Can you bring it? He'll do that, but he won't stay because the kids just get way too excited about a YouTuber and it's really distracting.
Yeah.
Hi, I think it's pretty valid that you're not pooping out content every minute of the day. So, what are you guys doing for self-care during this time?
Playing Warzone and getting my heart rate up when I get killed over and over again.
William is actually also a really good cook. Like that's a genuine. He's very good
My
at it.
name's Jeff.
He is, and so he'll cook too. Like this week, for example, he cooked. I would say like 3 pretty awesome meals. So cooking, and then we go on a lot. Like William doesn't like exercising. I do, but we'll go on walks. So that's another good like way to clear his head.
Walking is exercising. I like going on walks.
No, but I'm saying like you don't like doing exercise. Like I do at
I
home
did
like
too much of that.
exercise.
I've run more miles in my life than you will ever run in your lifetime.
Yeah. Anyway, because William did track and field in high school and
I don't
cross
even
country.
want to know how much we ran.
Yeah.
It's
But
gotta
yeah,
be like
we go on walks, and it's like, we take time to watch, shows a little bit here and there. William's not like a big TV kind of person, but we have video games, cooking, going on walks, and then for me, I exercise and do yoga. Helps kind of clear the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Literally, I didn't even know if you can hear this.
I can hear it.
Play Minecraft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I will play some Minecraft. I need more RAM though.
Yeah, you'll probably play. I think you should play tonight. It was what you were saying.
Yeah, play for a couple hours. I definitely want to play more Warzone though, but I can't play it on stream.
I don't want you to play.
In all seriousness, though, have y'all invested in any cryptocurrencies or stocks?
I did. I bought some Bitcoin and some Dogecoin right before they went up, like a little bit in the past couple of weeks. So I got lucky. During the whole GameStop debacle, I was like, people are not going to trust the financial system, and they're probably going to buy some cryptocurrencies. And lo and behold, yeah. So I did. I still don't really understand it, and looking into it more, the transaction fees are kind of crazy. So I'm not sure what the end goal with all of these cryptocurrencies is, because even trying to spend or transfer your money can be prohibitively expensive. But who knows? There'll probably be some centralized system that will give you like a token for your coin, and then they handle transactions without actually moving the coins around to help reduce those problems. Because I think the power consumption is crazy too. All right, we'll do a couple more, and then we're gonna get off, and then probably in a bit, I will go on to Twitch and we'll play some Minecraft, working on our chicken farm, our Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant.
Did you ever work for Applied Inventions? And if so, what was the interview process like?
I did. I worked, that company, there's a whole history. I'm not sure how much they want me to probably talk about it, but it's a very, very friendly group of people. They're very smart. It's significantly different from what your traditional kind of corporate job would be. It's way more hands-on, way more like practical, like less sitting at a desk and more doing stuff. Like the stuff you're doing is like right next to you.
Yeah, that was definitely the coolest company that you've ever worked for, and that was the most happy you've ever been at a normal job, right?
Yeah, and they knew that because they did not pay that well, but that's okay. But I've worked some desk jobs where I just realized that I don't want to do that. It's like fluorescent bulbs overhead and no windows or anything. Just like, oh God, coffee vending machines. Need to pay money for coffee. Like, ugh, no, thank you.
Do you plan on making another collab soon?
With somebody, maybe. I mean, what do you mean by collab? Because we just helped Alex blow up the Tesla. It's hard to do collaborations with other science channels because it's just usually just you get like one video because the project that you work on together can be a lot of work, and so it's kind of weird to get two videos out of the same thing. But I don't know, probably some stuff with iDubbbz Ian
Yeah.
soon, probably. I don't know, let's see. All right, let's see one more question.
Hi, Will. Could you do a day in the
Hello.
life video where you just use the BattleBot to do practically everything? And can you please answer in your Brest British accent?
Hey, chap. I think that is an idea. Crikey. God bless the Queen.
You're so bad.
Hey, I tried my best.
We have family in England, and they're going to be ashamed of that.
Well, they can eat sand. All right, thank you guys. This was fun. We'll do maybe another one next week.
Yeah.
I got some Minecraft to play, and yeah, let's I'll get on Minecraft in a little bit on Twitch.
Yeah,
You
maybe
can
next
find me.
weekend. Easier when I don't have work.
Yeah, there's if you want to find my Twitch, I think you can just search William Osman, I think, but some people are having trouble finding it. So there's a link on YouTube. It's one of the linked social medias, and I think there's also maybe on Twitter. I think I put a link as well if you can't find it in my bio.
All right, well, time for dinner.
Okay, all right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.